Hi everybody. It's pretty late at night. I think it's about midnight now. And I got home from work about an hour ago. And I usually stay up till about 2 o'clock in the morning when I get home from work. And I started working on a wreath for my sister, Jackie, and her daughter, my niece, Sarah. They live out in Ohio, and I was going to mail them a wreath for Christmas. And got it mostly done, and I thought, well, I'm going to kind of show you guys how to do this because I think it's going to be really super pretty. And it's pretty cheap to do too because everything is from the dollar store, or I'm sorry, Dollar Tree. I think everything's from the Dollar Tree anyway. Just about anyway. So, for starters, I got this sign from the Dollar Tree. Thought it was cute. And I just went ahead and I took some fuzzy sticks, fuzzy ties, and I hot glued them down. About 3, I think that's all I'm going to need for that. Then, what I'm going to do, I just want to make him a little bit more like cuter, I guess, maybe kind of 3D. So, I got these eyeballs that I had on hand, if I can get them up. Got a couple big eyeballs. I'm going to hot glue those down over to the existing eyes that they have on there. And try not to burn myself, because we all know I burn myself every time I work with hot glue. Get that down into place. Get it. Oh, heck, I dropped it. Hang on. Oh. This is what happens when I try to do anything late at night. Let's try that again. Okay. Kinda right about there. Try to get those glue strands off of there. Alright. Then, I have some buttons. I did not get these from the Dollar Tree. I think I actually ordered like a big bulk package of them from Amazon. And I want to kind of cover up just a few of these dots that form his mouth. So we're just going to do a little bit. I almost dropped that one too. Right there on the end. Press down. I'm only going to do like 5 of these. And I'm going to try to space them kind of evenly apart. If you can't get them even, it doesn't really matter that much. It's still going to look cute. See if I can get, oh, that's pretty easy going. About right in the center. If you don't have buttons, or you don't have these little fake eyeball things, just leave it alone. You don't have to do this. I just happen to have these on hand from other stuff I was doing. And so I thought I'd use them. I'll put one more on there on the end. I'm not left-handed, so it kind of a little awkward there. Okay. Alright. Then what I'm going to do, I have some of these fake leaves on hand. And I'm going to put these down to kind of cover the existing pattern there, or little print that they have going on. And I'm just going to do a little bit on the end, because I think I don't need a whole bunch. Just kind of hold that down. You don't, like I said, you don't have to do any of this. I just happen to have some crap on hand that I needed to get rid of, and thought, well, let me kind of use it on this. It's going to look good even if you don't use any of this stuff. that right about there. Get the strands off of me. Surprisingly, I have not burned myself yet. I was messing around the other day. I burned myself there. Burned myself there. I don't know what's going on with my pinky. I don't know. I burned myself like 5 times on my hands the other day doing something. I was like, I have got to find something other than hot glue to work with. Okay. So next up, what I want to do, I think I got these last year from Walmart. It was like $1.98. I probably got them when they were on clearance. But I pulled a few pieces off. And I'm going to try to put some berries right there. I just want the 3. So let's see if I can do this without taking all of that paint off of there. I don't think you'll be able to see that. So we're just going to put that down in the center. I'm going to drop those berries right down there in the center. Oh, that's going to look so cute. Alright, so we're going to let all this hot glue kind of dry and set up. I'm going to set this aside for now and show you the wreath. So to do the wreath, you're going to need a 14-inch wreath form. Did get this from the Dollar Tree. And you're going to need, now let me get that out of the way. Some of this stuff from the Dollar Tree. This red with the gold. If you can't find this, this is really hard to find at the Dollar Tree. They sold out in like November, and so they only get like a case in every shipment, and somebody keeps buying it out. I don't know who it is, but it's really pissing me off. But anyway, so you're going to need, I think I used 4 rolls of the red, almost 4 rolls, and 4 rolls of the green with the red lines to it. If you cannot find this with these gold fibers and the red fibers through there, just get the straight up red, the straight up green, or use any colors that you want to use. So you're going to need that. And you're going to cut that into about 8-inch lengths, which I already cut a few of these at 8-inch. I don't know if you see it. I got some markings on my table. I got a super, super tiny workspace in here in the house. But it's winter time, so I can't work outside on my front porch with my bigger table like I normally do. So I have to work with what I got inside the house. So you're going to cut 3 of each color, and each one of these is going to make a bundle. Where'd my other green one go? Oh my lord. Okay, here we go. So I cut 3 of these at about 8 inches. It does not have to be precise. You can eyeball this. And you're going to roll this up. Get all this stuff out of the way. We're going to roll that up. Pinch it between our fingers. Roll the next one up. You want to do about 3 rolls. That's going to give you a nice little bundle to work with. The next one. Okay. So I've got 3 pinched together. And it does not matter what kind of fuzzy ties you use to secure these, because you're not going to be able to see them once they're on the wreath. We're going to bend that in half. Put it halfway through the bundle. Twist it 2 or 3 times on the back. And there we have our first bundle. Set that aside. Then 3 rolls of the red. And we're going to roll that up. Get out of the way. Okay. So, I know you guys have seen me do this a few times before. This gets old. Y'all know how to make rolls. But for anybody that hasn't seen a video on how to make these, this is for them. Go ahead and use a red one. And we're going to put that through there and tie it off. So simple to do. What takes the longest time is just cutting all of your mesh to your 8-inch lengths and then rolling them up and piecing them together. Super simple, but it's a little time consuming. So that's what we got. I'm just going to show you how to put these onto the wreath form to get started. We're going to use these 2 middle rings, and we're just going to put that through so that it's kind of centered right there, and we're going to tie that off. Just a few twists in the back. And we go back later and cut the excess off. And we're going to alternate 1 green, 1 red, 1 green, 1 red. You can cut the excess off as you go. However, if you want to do this, it is fine. Sometimes the excess length of fuzzy ties can get in your way. And we'll bunch that together like that. Once you get all of your little bundles on here, this is going to be bunched up like that. You won't be able to see your fuzzy ties. So don't worry about what colors you use, really. And you're just going to keep on doing that all the way around. And I think on the one that I already started, I had 6 bundles per section. So I had green, red, green, red, green, red. I think that's all I did. So I'm going to show you the one that I already have almost completely done. And take these ones off real quick because I'm going to use these on the ones on the wreath I almost have done. Oh my gosh, which way did I go with this? Okay, because I'm going to reuse these. I don't want to have to make extra bundles if I don't have to make them. Okay, we'll set those aside. I'm going to reuse those. Alright. This is the wreath that I have pretty much done. Let me get some of this out of the way. I don't need that there sitting there. And like I said, I just did green, red, 6. Pretty sure I just did 6 per section. And that should have filled it in pretty good. If you find that it doesn't, just add another bundle in there and make it 7 per section. No big deal. So, I do want to show you how I did these. You can make your bundles, and before you attach your little fuzzy tie, you can put your ribbon down in there and attach it all together. I didn't do that this time because I wasn't quite sure how many pieces of ribbon I wanted and where I wanted them at. If you choose to do that, that's fine, but it's so easy just to go back and place your ribbon in, and I'm going to show you how to do that real quick. So let me move this real quick. I'm going to show you how to do that. So for this wreath, I got this from, this was Dollar Tree. This was Dollar Tree also. And on this, you can make this as long or as short as you want. A little bit longer is always better because you can always go back and cut it down to size. This I'm going to go just slightly over 8 inches. I'm going to cut it. I'm going to fold it in half. And I'm just going to trim it like that. That gives you a nice little V. Do the same with the other end. Cut it. Looks pretty good. Now you're going to do the same thing with the smaller ribbon. I'm going just a little over 8 inches. If it's too long, like I said, you can always go back and cut that down. You don't want to make it too short because then you're just going to have to redo it. So it's better to make it too long and cut it down if you need to. Like that. Like that. Then, what we're going to do, place that on top. Oh, I did that ribbon. That was a little too long. We'll cut that down just a little bit more, I think. We're just going to V that. Place that down in the center. I'm going to take a fuzzy tie. This one I'm going to cut in half. No sense in using a whole one if you don't need to for this. I'm going to bend that too. Then, just going to scrunch that up right there in the center. Like that. Put that in the center. Fold it over. Give that a couple good twists. And there you have your pretty ribbon. Okay, then all I did when I went to put it onto the wreath was I just found where I wanted to put it, and I just made a hole and then just placed it on down in there and tied it. I'll probably do one more ribbon up here, so I'll show you how to do that. Let me get my glue gun out of the way before I end up sticking it to something it don't need to stick to. Now, I'm going to leave this part open just for now because our sign should be dry. Yep, looks like everything's in place. And what I'm going to do is we're going to place that right down in there. And we want this part at the top because that's probably going to be what we're going to be hanging it from, I think. That's going to take a little bit of working. Let me pull this towards me a little bit more. Get down there, fuzzy toy. I'm not ready for you yet. Okay. And you want this top part to be where your, I don't know if you can see that, but where that crossbar is for some support. And because that's the center of the top of our ring. Pull all this out. This takes a little bit of doing. I ain't gonna lie. Make sure I got all that okay. Okay. We're gonna push that down a little bit more. Make sure I got that centered good right there, but covered up. Okay. And we want as much of that snowman's head showing, so you might have to kind of play with that to push this down a little bit. I got some strands I'm going to have to take off there. Get off of there. Oh my Lord. Okay. Get that little straggled butt off of there. Alright. Looking pretty good. I didn't want to put the rest of the rolls on until I would see how many I needed there. So let's bring that on out. Up over there a little bit. And you want to make sure that your Let It Snow shows. I ain't worried about this stuff. The main thing is the snowman's face, a little bit of his hat, and the Let It Snow. Alright, push that down a little bit more. Okay, now that that's in the center, I'm going to flip this over and I'm going to start securing these ties on the back of them. Bring this around here. Do this however you want to do, whatever works for you. That's what this is all about, is just whatever works for you. Got that really good. Cut off of there. Okay. This is the top part. No, don't be going up there, dude. I don't want you up there. Not too far up anyway. So let's tie that off. Okay, now let's get this piece over here. Yes, In case I haven't told you before, but I think I did, I really don't have a life. So I go to work, I come home, I work on crafts, I take care of the dogs, I take care of the parents. That's pretty much all I do these days. I used to have a life when I was younger, and I don't know what the heck happened with all that. Okay, so that's pretty well centered. So I am going to need a few more pieces up here to fill in, and up here, and I might put one in the back. We're going to see. So this is where the ones that I made, these extra rolls that I made, come in handy. We're going to go ahead and feed this down. You probably can't see this. I'm going to feed this down there and there. We're going to center that. Excuse me. Okay. Is that a good tie? Let's see what we got. Got that good. I'm going to put another green one in there. Remember, you want to use those 2 center rings. And that's going to give you a good, nice wreath shape for this 14-inch form. Most of the forms you use, whether it be a 14-inch or an 8-inch, you're pretty much always going to use those 2 center rings. No matter what style you're doing, whether you're making rolls like I am, or you're making poofs or bubbles or whatever they call those other things they do. Okay. That looks pretty good. I think I'm going to end it there because I've got, well, maybe I need to put a red in there somewhere. No, you know what? I think I'm just going to leave where it's got the green at the top. Shoot, I don't know what I want to do. Do I want to do another red one? Let me fluff this out a little bit and then we'll figure out what I want to do. It's going to be hanging like that. Okay, so I'm going to leave it with the green on both sides of the ornament holder looking thing. And I am going to go ahead and put my ribbon piece in there that I made. So I'll show you how to do that. Super simple. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I'm going to put one up here. So I'm just going to space that out a little bit. No rhyme or reason to this. You don't have to have a rhyme or reason to do stuff like this. You just make it look how you want it to look. And we'll feed that down into the... Oh, let me get that out of there. We don't want that hiding down there. Get out of there, little roll. Show yourself. Alright. Once you got that little cardboard let it snow sign on there, it gets a little difficult. But still doable. So we're going to tie our ribbons down into there. I like to go with odd number ribbons. I don't know why that is. You can do even numbered. Just it's a matter of where you want to place them. Once you get that down in there, then all you got to do is just pull it out. And I think that looks pretty good. Let me fluff my ribbons out a little bit. I kind of made them a little wacky. I was flipping this over. Okay, so, alright, we got that one covering our snowman's head, so let's just kind of bring that up a little bit. Darn it. Alright. We want our snowman to show. So, we're just going to push this down a little bit. It'll pretty much stay in place. And I want those little leaves to show too, so let's bring that up a little bit. Let's Get that ribbon out of the way. Alright, there's what you got. Looks pretty good. You can see most of the snowman's face, which is what you want. And you want to be able to see the let it snow. So I think that's going to be a winner. Alright, looks pretty good. So, last thing I want to do, we're going to be hanging it from the center. And so, I'm just going to take my last little half of my stick. I'm going to put it down about here. Give that a little tie there. So that holds good. And I think instead of, I'd originally thought it would be hanging from the little ornament holder thingy looking thing on that, but I'd rather do it this way. That should rest up against the wall pretty good. Alright, last thing you want to do, if you haven't already gone through and cut all your little excess fuzzy ties on the back, you want to do that now. And then cut off any of your little extra strands you got hanging. You don't want all that crap sticking out looking funky. So, that only takes a second to do. I love this wire mesh you get from the Dollar Tree, but it can be a little messy to work with. And you do get your little straggled strings everywhere, but that's alright. Because that will either fall off or it can be cut off. So there you have it. Hope you guys like that. I think my sister and my niece will like it. Straggle string. And looks pretty good. So pretty easy wreath to do. And it's pretty inexpensive. And I hope you guys like it, and I hope you try it. And I hope you guys have a Merry Christmas. And it's probably about time for me to go to bed because, well, I usually go to bed about 2 o'clock in the morning. So I don't know what time it is now after doing all this. But you guys have a good night and a Merry Christmas. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.